This is a basic overview of our Shimano mechanical disc brakes. In here you can see the main caliper module, the mount that goes to the fork, the pads, and the lever actuator, right? This is where your cable is attached and gets activated. So you can actually move it and make the brakes work. This is the brake caliper by itself without the mount that goes to the fork. And we're gonna see a couple of things in here. The first one and most important is the brake pads. As you can see, we have a small latch in here that keeps them in place. And the brake pads are located in here, side by side, looking towards each other. The brake pads, as you can see, have two different ways of working. One, when the string comes and you make it activate, you see that only one of the sides, normally the external side of the rotor, is the one that is going to move to achieve the brake. The second side is fixed. So whenever we're doing a mounting or adjusting our brakes, we need to be aware of this. Doing it improperly can actually start flexing the disc towards the inside. There's different ways of adjusting how this will fit, so we will look into them in a bit. First, the inside part. As you can see in your mechanical disc brake, you have an Allen socket that says right pad in. This means that the normal position for the fixed pad, as you can see, this movement you saw is actually just a spring, that helps keep it in place, but this side is fixed, right? The normal position for it can be adjusted using an Allen, right? This is a 5mm Allen wrench, and then just one click at a time, making it further away or closer away. Also, there's a moment when the hub will be too close that sometimes it won't be easy to use your Allen wrench. Small caliper pliers can be used to hold it and twist it, as this does not have too much strength. But we're also working on a small prototype that you can just slide in. And as this doesn't require too much torque, you can just adjust it in or out. Right? For the outside part of your mechanical caliper, as you can see here, the steel string should come and then be attached. You need to be sure that this is properly tightened, so whenever you use the lever to move the caliper, it works properly. You will have an adjustment that's a precision adjustment you can see here in the bottom, but we'll normally use the one on the handle. On the handle itself, you have the lever, the precision adjustment, the lock, and also the pad where the string comes. As you can see here, once you depress the lever, the string will be situated, pulling it, making it shorter, actuating the mechanical caliper in the bottom. On your mechanical caliper lever, you can see that you have the lever, you have the seat where the string goes, you have the adjustment. This one allows you to, as while you're riding, either the string stretches or the pad wears down, you can adjust it. This is simulating you actually pushing the lever, so it makes it shorter, and then you'll use the lock to keep it in place. This will just be small adjustments with time, depending on the wear and the stretch. Also, you can see that you have your brake sensor. This is the one that deactivates the motor whenever you press the lever. This is a quick simulation on how your mechanical disc brake caliper works. The steel string pulls once you depress the lever and compresses it against the inside pad. There are a couple of adjustments we can do, and you're gonna see it on the next features that we have. This is the mount that goes into the fork. Once your wheel is mounted and your disc might be a little bit offset, you can always adjust the mechanical pad with the game that it has in here to put it on a proper position. This is the mounting bracket that we have, and you will attach to your fork mounts. From here you can see the threads are on the inside, so your screw comes from the outside, grabbing it in. Depending on where and the tolerances that all the manufacturers have, you might need a little bit of adjustment. The mount has wiggle room, so you can actually twist the mechanical caliper on both directions. From there, if you see that it's still a little bit too tight, you can play with the mount, as you can always put a spacer on the top, making it tilt a little bit inwards, and on the bottom, making it tilt a little bit upwards. Once you have your mount on your bracket, you see that you still have adjustment, allowing you to center your disc properly on the rotor. This is how your bike looks whenever it's ready to receive the front wheel. In here, for demonstration, we're gonna use just the hub and the rotor instead of the whole wheel. As you can see, in order to start here, you need to be sure that your upper and lower screws from the mechanical caliper are loose, that your mechanical disc caliper has some space for the disc to go inside. You grab your wheel and install it, calmly guiding it inside. If this is a little bit too tight, remember you can always get the pad out. To install the front wheel, remember, tighten it up properly so it's secure in place, all the way deep into the channels. This is a quick overview on how to adjust your mechanical caliper on the first install. Remember to be sure that everything is working properly, upper and lower screws are loose, and your pad, the fixed one, is almost all the way out. To start, you bring the inside pad in, as this will help you set it up in a proper position. Don't go all the way in, so you actually have some wiggle room to adjust. From there, depress the lever. This will keep your rotor in place. As you can see, right now, it's pretty well adjusted, just because of this little exercise. But as we have to tighten up the screws, this will move the caliper as you go. So, one way to do it is just press and hold the lever and start tightening them up, alternatively and slow, to keep the mechanical caliper in place. From there, you release and then you test again. As you see, there's absolutely no sound of friction. If there was a little bit of friction, the inside pad that you already had brought in, you can go a little bit out, as this will normally wear, and you can bring it. Remember, after the bedding in process, your pads will need a little bit of adjustment, but that you can do on this side. It's easy just to extend the lever with the string and then adjust this. This will tighten up the inside pad as well.